Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your SmackDown results and 205 results for May 27th, 2019. Birthdays for the 28th. Universal Champion Seth Rollins celebrated his 33rd birthday. Also, I think that's the only birthday I got for this week. Wrestling veteran Lance Storm took to Twitter today, and he had an exchange with Tyler Breeze over the WWE website roster. Storm pointed out how announcer David Otunga is still listed on the Raw roster, but he's not on the program. Storm wrote, "Seriously, David Otunga is part of the Raw roster? When was the last time he wrestled?" Breeze responded, "Could say the same about me. Ha 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 ha." Storm then asked Breeze if Breeze was on the roster. Breeze replied, "Ha ha ha," the bigger question, and probably not. Ha ha. Noted how Breeze recently returned to WWE NXT and is now feuding with NXT North American Champion Velveteen Dream. The two will do battle at NXT TakeOver 25 this coming weekend. Breeze hasn't been used much on the main roster since Fandango went down with an injury, but Fandango should be back within the next few months. Yeah, remember Breezango tag team. Former WWE star TERRI Runnels was arrested near the Tampa airport in Florida at 7:32 Eastern Time and charged with possession of a concealed weapon. Runnels is currently incarcerated and being held on a $2,000 bond, according to PW Insider. The arrest report lists Runnels' arrest location as the Tampa Airport Marriott Hotel. 52-year-old Runnels left WWE in 2004. She returned for a Raw 25th anniversary appearance in 2018. Update: TMZ reports that Runnels was arrested for bringing the gun to the airport. She was arrested at a security checkpoint with a loaded Glock 9mm. The charge carries a punishment of up to 5 years in prison and up to $5,000 fines. TMZ reported again. TERRI Runnels, age 52, was arrested near the Tampa airport at the security checkpoint. Loaded Glock 9mm was found. She was charged with possession of a concealed weapon, which carries a punishment of up to 5 years and $5,000 in fine. Runnels has since commented on Twitter that she simply forgot the gun was with her. Runnels said that she had the gun because she had just returned from helping at her mother's and needed it for the armadillos that ruin her garden and other critters that go after her chickens. Evidently, it's everywhere that I took a loaded handgun into Tampa International Airport, Runnels said. And I literally, when I go to see my mom, I pack my gun because she has armadillos that ruin her garden and other critters that go after her chickens. I actually take my gun when I go to see her. I was with her for about a week and a half and helping her out. I got home and was literally, I think I got 8 hours sleep in 3 days. And I got up this morning, Wednesday on the 29th. I think it was 4 a.m. when I got up to make this early flight to the Allentown for a show, for a benefit for Sam. And literally, it did not even cross my mind that my gun wasn't in my Vera Bradley tote that I always take on the plane with me. It was the most God I've ever, never in trouble in my life. And it scared the hell out of me. It was a simple mistake. Dear God. It was just horrible. If you're a praying soul, pray, because it still scares me. I don't even know what to say because I'm going to start crying, so I'm going to shut up. But I at least wanted you guys to know what mistake I had made and what happened. I think some places are reporting as if I had intended to do something terrible. I simply forgot that it was in that bag. Runnels finished up with the WWE back in 2004, returned for an appearance at the Raw 25th Anniversary Show in 2018. Well, my opinion, if you would have took the bullet out, only put it in when you're attempting to use it. Tattoo artist Jonathan Garcia posted photos at this link of Sasha Banks showing off her new tattoo on the inside of her bottom lip. She got Protect. Banks is currently taking time off from WWE with her last appearance being at WrestleMania 35 when she and Bayley dropped the women's title, tag team titles to the Iconics. Banks had reportedly threatened to quit the company over WrestleMania weekend. Last week, Banks posted a photo of herself and WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus along with the lyrics for Stratus' theme song. Yesterday, Stratus did the reverse of that, and Banks retweeted it. And the replies Banks wrote, "I'm a mark," with a heart emoji. SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley replied to her at this link saying, "It's time," which Banks also retweeted later on. Banks also sent out "wrestling" with a heart emoji. Mandy Rose made the cover of the latest edition of Muscle and Fitness, Hers magazine, and it was also posted on SmackDown as well. She posted a cover on Twitter as well. Rose wrote, "Blessed and honored to be on the cover of this month's at Muscle and Fitness Hers mag. Thanks to everyone who helped make this happen." WWE posted this video of Ember Moon and the Revival eating insects and shooting arrows at the Bear Grylls Adventure Theme Park in Birmingham, England, while they were on tour with WWE recently. WWE NXT UK's Women's Champion Toni Storm versus Nina Samuels has been announced for next Wednesday's NXT UK episode on the WWE Network, which also will feature Jack Gallagher versus Cassius Ohno. On a related note, Travis Banks has defeated Joseph Connors to qualify for the Fatal 4-Way that will crown a new #1 contender to the WWE UK Champion Walter in 2 weeks. The match will feature Banks, Jordan Devlin, Joe Kofi, and Dave Mastiff. Below is first look at this link here is a look at the WWE Universe mobile game, which is being billed as the most authentic WWE mobile game there is. You can pre-register for the game at the link as well until May 27th. The other half of the at DIY is also dealing with an injury. In the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, it was announced that NXT Champion Johnny Gargano has been out of action recently due to a knee injury. While details surrounding the injury are unknown, it may have happened in March. Gargano's last house show was March 8th. During recent NXT tapings, it appeared that Gargano was not working the majority of the tag matches he was in. It is expected that he will be ready for NXT TakeOver bout against Adam Cole, and that will take place June 1st in Bridgeport, Connecticut. After that, it is unknown what his schedule will look like. Gargano's injury may explain why he has been working as a producer as of late. He recently talked about not being complacent and working various aspects of the industry. WWE Stomping Grounds takes place on June 23rd, next month, at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington. Venue's website is advertising following matches for the event. Spoiler alert! You don't want to hear it? Don't listen to the video. Don't watch the video. Champion Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship. Seth Rollins is champion versus Baron Corbin for the Universal Championship. So both of them survive upcoming events overseas. And Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Nothing stating about any cash-ins for Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar was supposed to be going against Seth Rollins, so with that, Seth Rollins, I guess, will win. WWE's pay-per-view after that is Extreme Rules for the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Another spoiler alert. Don't watch. You don't want to know. If you don't want to know. On July 14th, Wells Fargo Center is currently advertising these lineups. Kofi Kingston is champion versus Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. Triple threat for the WWE Championship. Seth Rollins, not advertised as champion, versus Corbin, not advertised as champion, in a Universal Championship tables match. Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre in a 2-on-1 handicap match. AJ Styles versus, to be announced, mystery opponent. Well, due to the fact that AJ is injured right now, may be taking off that match. Plus, advertised Becky Lynch, Randy Orton, Elias. WWE has canceled another few SmackDown Live events. Even locally for this month, I think they were advertised in June for Thibodeau and Monroe. I think Monroe is still scheduled. And, well, this one is advertised at American Bank Center in Corpus Christi. So, if you got tickets to that event, go get your money back because it's been canceled. Because they canceled it on the Blue Brand for Monday upcoming. And the reason was given a scheduling conflict due to the fact of the Super Showdown stars and the WWE wildcard rule. Those appearances on Raw for Tuesday night, those appearances for Raw from the Raw brand, that SmackDown live event will be canceled. Here's an announcement from the arena issue to ticket holders. The WWE SmackDown live event scheduled for Monday, June 3rd at American Bank Center Arena in Corpus Christi, Texas has been canceled due to scheduling conflicts. All fans who purchase tickets for the Corpus Christi, Texas live event should go to the point of purchase for refunds. This is the fourth SmackDown live event that has been canceled in the past 6 weeks due to the Blue Brand talents being needed at Raw for the wildcard rule. WWE has been focused on bringing up ratings and improving live event business. While the wildcard rule was created to generate a buzz for TV, it looks like it could be hurting live event business instead. Well, they're canceling the live events. And the fifth cancellation, another one, Palm Springs Convention Center in Palm Springs, California has confirmed that the Blue Brand live event scheduled for Monday, June 17th will not be taking place. And June 17th Raw for the final Red Brand show before WWE Stomping Grounds pay-per-view for the SmackDown live event has been also canceled. Hall of Famer Bill Goldberg has been announced for Tuesday's next week's SmackDown. From the Sames Auto Center in Laredo, Texas, his first Blue Brand appearance. Goldberg will appear on SmackDown just days before his match with The Undertaker at WWE Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia. Taker has been announced for Monday's Go Home Raw from the Frank Irwin Center in Austin, Texas. WWE reportedly had their security confiscate a fan sign to All Elite Wrestling star MJF at last night's WWE SmackDown from the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's where SmackDown was being live. And the sign made it onto the broadcast and could be seen during the early segments by Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon, Elias and Drew McIntyre. It read, "You aren't MJF," in big bold letters. Fans in attendance noted that the MJF sign was taken by security. Another Save Us Triple H sign was also confiscated. One fan claimed on Twitter that WWE was taking signs left and right and throwing them away during the show. It was also noted that there were a lot of AEW chants at SmackDown, and that taking the sign brought another chant. Just makes them louder. I was hearing it myself. AEW on the SmackDown show. It looks like Aleister Black's first WWE SmackDown singles feud since coming to the brand in the 2019 Superstar Shakeup may begin soon. They've been doing vignettes, and that's about it. This week's SmackDown featured another backstage cryptic promo from Black. This time he said he's waiting for anybody to pick a fight with him. No word yet on who may step up to Black, but keep you updated whenever I find out. WWE NXT superstar Rachel Evers, aka Rachel Evering, took to Twitter today and said she was hit by a drunk driver while driving home from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando. Evers said that the accident was hit and run, but she is alright. In fact, let me start by saying this, she said. I'm okay. I was hit by a drunk driver today on my way home from the Performance Center. Hit and run. I'm extremely thankful it was my passenger side that was hit. The car. Some people aren't so lucky. Please don't drink and drive, she wrote. It was also noted that she ran after the man to take photos of him and the car. As a side note, as he drove off, I ran after him and got the best pictures of both his plates and face. I love a good cardio challenge. Weekly episode from podcast. Justin Lamar joined Nick to break down the news of the past 24 hours, including John Moxley's explosive interview with Chris Jericho. Highlights from Triple H's NXT TakeOver 25. Media call. Matt Riddle versus Roger Strong. NXT Rachel Evers being hit by a drunk driver. I just gave you the results of that. Lars Sullivan deleting his Twitter account. Well, it's still on there, as far as I know. Mick Foley being announced for Starrcast 2. Nick's interview with John Moxley's viral video director, Nick Mondo, featuring Mondo discussing his time as a deathmatch wrestler before becoming a filmmaker, how he came about befriending John Moxley, what the original pitch for the Prison Break video was from Moxley, the creative process that went into the videos they made, fans finding clues that didn't exist in the videos, his desire to keep working with Moxley, NJPW, and AEW News, Scott Fishman's interview with the new Sally MLW wrestlers, Ross Marshall Von Erich, returning to another indie fed, can be found at this link. You can check it out. If you don't know, that's Kevin Von Erich's sons. Stephanie McMahon released a video at this link from WWE headquarters this afternoon to address what happened with Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman on Raw. Lesnar and Heyman were set to announce that who he would be cashing his Money in the Bank briefcase on from Raw this past week. Stephanie said Brock Lesnar walked to the ring with the Money in the Bank briefcase fashioned as some kind of boombox, let alone making promises about announcing who they are going to face and cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase against, which they did not mention. They also disrespected what the Money in the Bank contract represents. They disrespected both Universal Champion as well as WWE Champion. And in fact, I think they disrespected the entire WWE as well as the WWE Universe. So on behalf of our organization, on behalf of all of our fans, I'm going to take this matter up officially with both the McMahon family as well as our executive team. And we are going to take action. Stephanie, what are you going to do? Bad boy. The moment John Moxley's interview on Talk of Jericho went live on Wednesday, it became a hot topic of discussion around the wrestling world. Similar to CM Punk's interview on Colt Cabana's podcast, it offered fans a glimpse into the inner workings of WWE. It appears that the former Dean Ambrose isn't the only one who has had thoughts about leaving WWE. According to Dave Meltzer on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, there are a number of people who are interested in leaving the company, and some of the names would reportedly shocked fans. Meltzer noted that the majority of the people in the company have at least inquired about outside opportunities, and that you can count the number of people who haven't on 1 to 2 hands. In recent months, several talents have asked for their releases, including The Revival, Sasha Banks, and Luke Harper. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson have also reportedly turned down new contracts. It's interesting to note that Sami Zayn's AEW name drop from Monday's Raw segment with Corey Graves is still available for viewing in the Raw replay on the USA Network website and app. Also noted, WWE removed the mention from the segment that was uploaded to YouTube. There have been conflicting reports on whether or not AEW mention was scripted for Sami to say, but one report noted that Vince McMahon flipped out backstage and was furious when Sami mentioned the new promotion. Former WWE Tag Team Champion Samu took to Facebook and thanked everyone involved with the benefit show that was promoted by WWE and WXW C4 in the indie promotion owned by Hall of Famer Alpha. The benefit took place on Wednesday night in Allentown, Pennsylvania, and was held to raise money for Samu, who is currently battling stage 4 liver cancer. WWE sent Cassius Ohno, Samoa Joe, Billy Kidman, WWE Hall of Famer Michael P.S. Hayes, and others to the show. Samu also thanked Vince McMahon and WWE crew for everything that they have done. Quote, I want to thank the WWE, Vince McMahon, and his entire crew for all they have done for me and my family through the years and even as of yesterday, unquote, Samu wrote. So let me just say to the WWE, I have nothing but love and respect. You are all my family. To Vince McMahon and his family, you did not hesitate to step in and help when my father bestowed my request to you. I owe you and love you all. To the WWE boys who came, I have nothing but love and respect for you all taking the time out of your own lives to sit with me and help me through this. Words still can't express my gratitude. Someone also thanked his son, Lance Anoy, who helped run the event. Lance appeared on Raw earlier this week for the angle with cousin Roman Reigns, Shane McMahon, and Drew McIntyre. To my son, Lance, in my eyes, son, you are the future, Samuel wrote to his son. It's just that simple. You acted so very professional and did exactly what you were taught to do yesterday. To sit and watch you take control of the evening and steer it into such a successful show day was a very proud moment for me. Not to mention seeing you on Raw, which again brought tears to my eyes. You will succeed, son. Do your part, and your limits are endless. And you can see some of that action just linked there. MLW is Major League Wrestling's tag team division is really hitting up with a recent announcement that the promotion signed Ross and Marshall Von Erich for multiple years. The sons of WWF Hall of Famer Kevin Von Erich have taken the fact that they are carrying on the legacy of one of the pro wrestling's most beloved families very seriously. Fans of MLW will get their first shot at seeing them live as the talented duo team up with Filthy Tom Lawler to battle Contra Unit in a fitting Texas Tornado match June the 1st at Fury Road. MLW is going live on BN Sports from the event starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 8 p.m. Central. Building names for themselves worldwide, the Von Erich brothers were hot commodities as they recently had, a few years back, were in Impact Wrestling. And in the past, they have even turned down overtures from WWE. Marshall acknowledges people thought that they were crazy for turning down the sports entertainment leader. Besides not feeling ready, it also came down to scheduling. We just knew that there would be a lot of life changes. One thing we got from our dad is family is important, Marshall said. We're here in Hawaii, so we accept as many bookings as we can get. We accept a lot of international bookings. We're just kind of going through the doors that got open. MLW was a blessing in disguise coming out of nowhere, saying he could live in Hawaii. He had our best interests, and they are a family company. They support families. They were supportive of us living in Hawaii. That was our only thing. My dad is in his later days right now, so we thought to spend time with him. We're not going anywhere at this time, and MLW is willing to work with that. Reaffirming that the choice to join MLW is another serendipitous circumstance, something that goes back to their family's history, an often tragic story told in the first season of the acclaimed series Dark Side of the Ring. A lot of people don't know this, but world class championship wrestling, when they were first starting, my grandfather actually wanted to use the name Major League Wrestling, Marshall recalled, but my dad and my uncles thought it sounded too Major League Baseballish, so they didn't use it. My dad told us that years ago, so when this came about, he was cracking up about it. It's crazy how the cycle of wrestling keeps going. The Von Erichs joined a roster of generational performers, including members of the Hart Foundation and others like Jacob Fatu. For them, it's a sense of kinship within this select group, sharing similar upbringings, having dads on the road constantly. For Ross, they looked at the landscape of what was out there and thought MLW would be the best fit. Before we even talked to them, we were thinking that way, he said. Inevitably, they reached out and worked something out with us. We took it as a sign that it was meant to be because we already had our eyes on them and loved their style. I feel like it works well with our style. We couldn't be any more excited to get this thing going. There is added pressure going into their debut in Marshall's eyes. They know MLW sees a lot in them and have high hopes for the future. That right there motivated us so much. He said, we have such an outpouring of support after the news came out. We signed with them. It's been a real good month for the Von Erichs. It's motivated us more than anything because we want to prove MLW right. We want to prove everyone right. We honor this Von Erich name. I feel like we bring that athletic, competitive edge, Ross said. We run every day. We've been athletes our whole life. We try to eat healthy. We take it seriously. We try to be professionals in all aspects of our life. We really want to give MLW our best foot forward for believing in us. And you can hear and watch that action there. Dark main event before SmackDown at the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma saw Ali defeat Buddy Murphy in singles action. Murphy has not wrestled in a TV match since coming to the brand from 205 Live in 2019 Superstar Shakeup. SmackDown opens up with a video package showing how Dolph Ziggler returned to attack Kofi Kingston last week. Live from the BOK Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tom Phillips welcomes us. Chimed in with Corey Graves and Byron Saxon. He ought to get a tattoo championship belt. Corey Graves, that is. Kevin Owens versus Kofi Kingston. We go right to the ring versus for a Money to Make rematch as Kevin Owens makes his way out. We get a video package showing what led to this feud. Owens takes the mic and says he was going to kick SmackDown off with the Kevin Owens show, but he couldn't think of anything worse than being in the middle of a ring in Oklahoma to give the KO show to people who aren't worthy. Fans boo that. Owens goes on and says he has nothing to do with the attack that injured Big E again last week. Owens says he's a good person that would never do that. Of course, a "you suck" chant breaks up from the crowd. Owens goes on about what the New Day can blame him for, including Dolph Ziggler's win over Kofi Kingston at WWE Super Showdown next week, which will happen because of what Owens does to Kofi tonight. Owens goes on ranting, and Tom asks if we can get to the match. Owens mentions Ziggler can thank him by giving him a title shot. Owens is finally interrupted by the music as Kofi makes his way to the ring. Selling an attack from last night's Raw, fans cheer him on. Kofi takes the mic, of course he's by himself, and repeats himself about how Owens needs to stop lying. Kofi says Owens is not a good person, he's a liar. Kofi goes on with a lengthy promo about how he will make Owens pay for everything tonight. The bell finally rings and Kofi unloads on Owens to take control. Owens fights back and turns it around, but Kofi rocks him back to the mat. Kobe works Owens over until Owens counters and drops him. Owens stops away and keeps Kobe down. We go to commercial with Owens standing tall and playing to the crowd for heat during a commercial while Kobe is down. Back from the break, Owens has Kobe down on the outside. Owens returns to the ring to pose. Owens goes back out and hits the senton on Kobe on the floor. Owens places the crowd some more and brings it back in for a 2 count. Owens works Kobe over some more and talks trash while keeping him grounded in the middle of the ring. Owens then delivers a big clothesline and stands tall over Kobe as the fans boo. Owens with another 2 count. Owens keeps Kobe grounded on the mat. Kobe fights up and out, and Owens rocks him back down to the mat. Owens tries to rip Kobe's sneakers off again, but Kobe kicks him and stuns him. Kobe continues fighting back, but Owens hits him. Owens charges and Kobe sends him over the top rope to the floor. Kobe with another shot from the ring as Kobe runs the ropes and leaps out, taking Owens down on the floor for a big pop for the crowd. Kobe brings Owens back in the ring and blocks the right hand. Owens blocks the SOS. Kobe blocks the center. Kobe blocks the super kick and hits the SOS for a 2 count. Owens then sends Kobe into the corner but runs into boots. Owens ends up blocking a shot and sending Kobe flying out of the ring. Landing hard on the floor, Kobe sells the landing as we go back to commercial. Back to the ring, Owens remains in control. And then drops Kobe on his head on the floor again. Owens with more offense. Owens with a second frog splash from the top, but he still can't put Kobe away. Owens goes back to the top, but Kobe kicks him in the head. Kobe rocks Owens for a few more times and climbs up top himself. Kobe with more shots to the back and up top he goes as fans cheer him on. Kobe goes for the superplex, but Owens fights back. Owens headbutts Kobe to the mat. Owens follows up with a big top rope senton, but Kobe still kicks out of 2 as Owens can't believe it. Owens goes for the pop-up powerbomb, but Kobe counters. Kobe comes right back with Trouble from Paradise out of nowhere for the pin to win non-title action. After the match, Kobe raises the title in the air as his music hits. We see Dolph Ziggler backstage watching the celebration. We go to replays. We see Shane McMahon, Elias, and Drew McIntyre backstage talking. Corey says tonight is Shane McMahon's appreciation night. Carmella and WWE 24/7 champion R-Truth are backstage. Truth talks about people have been chasing him everywhere since he won the title, even at the dentist's office. Truth hears someone coming, runs away with Carmella on his back. Cameras cut to Drake Maverick backstage hunting for Truth, posting his wanted flyers again everywhere. He walks down a hall and Truth comes out of a door with Carmella. The same door Drake just posted a flyer on. We go back to the ring and out comes SmackDown Tag Team Champions Daniel Bryan and Rowan. And Gregor Hamilton does the ring introduction back to commercial. Back from the break, Tom touts WWE's 1 billion social media followers in a sonic fact of the night moment. We go to the ring, and Kayla Braxton has a mic with Bryan and Rowan. They have requested this time, and she asks what they want the WWE Universe to know. Bryan says that the WWE Tag Team Division is a joke. A bad joke. Not a joke that makes you laugh. One that makes you cringe. Bryan says Rowan has a joke. Rowan says knock knock to Braxton. And she asks, who? Rowan says, the SmackDown Tag Team Division. And she says, the SmackDown Tag Team Division? Who? Exactly, says Rowan. Bryan goes on about how they have a mission, a purpose, and they will be the greatest tag team in history. And they will continue to save the planet. Bryan knocks the fans for eating animals during Memorial Day weekend. Bryan says those fat humans didn't realize they were eating an intelligent pig named Wiggles. Or while they were shoving hamburgers in their mouths, they didn't realize that they were eating nurturing cow named Wilbur. Bryan goes on and says the people of Oklahoma are worse than anybody. Bryan also knocks Oklahoma for being the leader of fracking a deep oil drilling. It says that's what causes earthquakes. Bryan says if Braxton wants to know about their mission statement, here it is. Save the tag team division. Save the planet because he and Rowan are the planet's tag team division, the champions. Braxton says she's heard that there are some tag teams that want to challenge him. Bryan asks who. Music hit, out comes Heavy Machinery, Tucker and Otis. Tucker says Bryan and Rowan are a great tag team. As much as he and Otis love to have fun, it's time for Heavy Machinery to get down to some blue-collared, solid business. Otis says that this business is the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Heavy Machinery takes off their jackets and prepare for a fight. A referee runs down in his ring. Bryan laughs at the idea of being challenged by Heavy Machinery, but he accepts. Bryan says that they will be sorry that they made it, and we will have this match, just not in the fracking state of Oklahoma. Fans boo that, and as Bryan and Rowan leave the ring. Otis and Tucker look on as the music hits. And we see SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley backstage warming up for her match with Lacey Evans. We go backstage. Sonya Deville picks up a new copy of the Muscle and Fitness Hers magazine, of course, with Mandy Rose on the cover. They walk off and start handing out copies of the magazine to people backstage, including WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Iconics. They walk up on Ember Moon, and she's reading a book, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They mock her and dump a bunch of magazines in her lap, then walk off. Back to commercial. Mandy Rose versus Carmella. Back for the ring. Mandy Rose versus Carmella was up next. They lock up. Rose strikes first, then shows off her magazine cover. Rose talks trash, and Carmella tosses the magazines. Carmella goes to work on Rose now as Deville looks on from ringside. Carmella unloads on Rose in the corner as the referee warns her. Of course, you got a 5 count. Rose rocks Carmella and turns it around. Rose with shots in the corner now as the referee counts. Rose takes Carmella down and keeps her grounded in the middle of the ring. Deville shows off Rose's magazine cover again. Carmella fights up and out with a jawbreaker. Carmella gets a 2 count. Rose ends up leveling Carmella with a big flying knee for a 2 count. Rose can't believe it and covers for another quick pin attempt. Carmella counters and rakes Rose down with her Hurricanrana. Takes her down with her Hurricanrana. Carmella drops Rose in the corner and then moonwalks for a pop. Carmella with a Bronco Buster in the corner for a 2 count. Deville hits the apron and distracts Carmella with a magazine. Rose takes advantage of the distraction and moves in, but Carmella sees her and goes for a kick. Rose blocks it and gets the win with a roll-up. After the match, Rose and Deville celebrate as their music hits. We go to replays. Carmella looks on from the ring as Rose and Deville back up the ramp. Cameras cut backstage to Jinder Mahal attacking R-Truth backstage, your 24/7 champ. Truth turns it around and fights Jinder off. We see a large group of superstars chasing Truth, including Matt Hardy and some of the cruiserweights. Drake Maverick finally finds Truth and chases him. We go back to the ring, and out comes Shane McMahon, Elias, and Drew McIntyre for a Shane McMahon Appreciation Night celebration. Go back to commercial. Back for the break, we get another pre-recorded quick promo from Alistair Black backstage. Black says he gets it. People are simply waiting for him to throw out a name to pick a fight with somebody, anybody, but their lives are conundrum. Black says he's sitting here waiting patiently for somebody, anybody, to pick a fight with him. We go back to the ring and we get Shane, Elias, and McIntyre waiting. The ring is covered with a red cover for Shane McMahon Appreciation Night. Hamilton gives Shane the grand introduction. Shane says Drew came up with the idea of Shane Appreciation Night, and he was hesitant at first because he doesn't see himself as a hero. Shane says he doesn't do what he does for a trophy or celebration. He enjoys his life. He enjoys being out there in front of the fans, and quite frankly, he's really just a humble man. Shane says he came back home to help run the family business, and he's satisfied with looking out and seeing smiles on faces. Shane says that they have a little something here to ensure that when SmackDown goes off the air, there will be smiles on your face. Whether you're here live or watching at home, Shane calls for a video to be played, and it shows highlights from his WWE career. Shane gives props to the production team and name drops Kevin Dunn. Some fans boo, and Shane says there's no reason to boo Dunn. Shane mentions Roman Reigns and how he beat down Lance Anoa'i on last night's Raw. Shane says Reigns thinks he's the big dog and he can go around doing what he wants. But that's not the case. Shane says WWE has been putting food on the tables of Reigns' family for years. Reigns goes on and says he's going to beat some respect into Reigns at WWE's Super Showdown. Elias says Shane's speech was powerful, very nice. Elias says he wrote Shane a song for this special night. He begins performing the song, which praises Shane as the best in the world. 24/7 champion R-Truth comes running down into the ring for an interruption. Drake Maverick is right behind him with a referee. Truth shocks Drake in the ring and covers him for the pin to retain the title. Truth starts celebrating the title defense as his music hits. Shane, Elias, and McIntyre stare Truth down. Shane can't believe what just happened. Triple team attack on Truth begins. Shane and Elias taunt Truth into a Claymore kick from McIntyre. Elias covers Truth to win the WWE 24/7 title. Let's see how long he holds it. Winner and new WWE 24 champion, Elias, momentarily. After the pin, Elias raises the title, poses with it, and exits. The referee checks on Truth. Shane says Truth just gave him an idea. Shane announces Elias and McIntyre versus Truth and Reigns for tonight's main event. Shane says he's suspending the 24/7 rules for now because he needs Elias to focus on the match. No one can attack Elias until the match is over. Shane wishes good luck to Truth and raises Elias' arm with the title in the air. Kayla Braxton backstage with Lacey Evans. He came over tonight under the wildcard rule. Again, Charlotte Flair is with her, and it's tea time. With the two as they run down when the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley. Evans says she's about to send Bayley back to where she belongs. Evans and Flair toast each other and sip their tea to end the segment. Bayley versus Lacey Evans. We go to ring. Out comes SmackDown's Women's Champion Bayley. For a non-title match, we go back to commercial. Back from the break, out comes Charlotte to join the announcers for commentary. Lacey Evans comes out next. Bell rings and they lock up the start. Evans takes control and slams Bayley by her head. Evans uses the bottom rope on Bayley as the referee warns her about the 5 count. Bayley turns around for a close 2 count, more back and forth. Evans drops Bayley with an elbow, covers for a 2 count. Evans sends Bayley out to the floor in front of the announcers. Flair stands up and walks over for a closer look, but doesn't strike. Go back to commercial. Back from the break, Bayley is trying to turn it around in the ring. Bayley drops Evans for a pin attempt. Evans comes right back with another pin attempt. Evans wastes some time and shows off while Bayley is down. Evans with a power move in the corner for another 2 count. Evans shows frustration as she goes back to work on Bayley. Evans tries to strike from the apron, but Bayley rocks her for a pop. Bayley with another shot to knock Evans off the apron into the floor. Bayley runs around the ring and jumps through the turnbuckles, taking Evans down. Bayley nails a clothesline on the floor as the fans pop as Flair looks on. Bayley tosses Evans in the ring and it turns to attack Flair. Flair chases her back in the ring but stops. This leads to Evans rolling Bayley up in the ring for a close 2 count. Bayley comes right back with a pin of her own for the non-title win. After the match, Bayley retreats with the title as Flair hits the ring. Flair talks trash while Bayley raises the title from ringside. We go to replays. Evans comes from behind and attacks Flair, beating her down. Flair levels Evans with a big boot. Bayley watches from ringside and smiles. Flair talks trash and goes for Evans again. As referees get between them, Bayley laughs from the ramp as their music starts back up. Undertaker is announced for next week's Raw. Video package for Randy Orton versus Triple H at Super Showdown. Sarah Schreiber is backstage with Andrade and Zelina Vega, asking about his Super Showdown match against the Demon King, Finn Balor, for his WWE Intercontinental title. Sarah then shows last week's backstage promo from Balor. Andrade says Balor will find his true demon when he steps to Andrade. Roman Reigns and R-Truth versus Drew McIntyre and Elias. Supposedly your main event. We go to ring, out comes Roman Reigns for tonight's main event. Back to commercial. Back to the ring, we get a replay of last night's Firefly Funhouse segment. On Raw, where Bray Wyatt revealed the name for his new bizarre Max Persona, The Fiend. He also walked upside down to close the segment. We go back to the ring, and Reigns waits as Truth makes his way out, selling the attack from earlier 24/7 champion Elias, and Drew McIntyre suddenly attack from behind. Shane McMahon is with him. Reigns comes to the ramp to make sure that no more interruptions from the other guys. Reigns sends Drew into the ring post. Reigns then rocks Elias into the barrier. Reigns brings Elias into the ring as the bell rings. Reigns mounts Elias in the corner with right hands and fans count along. Shane gets on the apron to distract Reigns, allowing Elias to turn it around. Drew tags in and goes to work on Reigns in the corner now. Drew stomps on Reigns while he's down. Drew keeps Reigns down and covers for a 2 count. Elias tags back in and keeps Reigns grounded as Shane watches from ringside. Reigns ends up catching Elias with a Samoan drop. Drew tags in as well does Truth. Truth rocks Elias from the apron, but turns around to a Glasgow kiss headbutt from Drew. Drew sends Truth to the floor and works him over. Drew slams Truth back over in the corner and tosses him overhead across the ring for a 2 count. Drew keeps up the attack going on. Truth as Reigns watches from the apron. Elias comes back in for a double team on Drew. Elias keeps Truth down in the middle of the ring and rocks him back into the corner. Truth tries to fight out of the corner, but they keep him there with Drew tagging right back in. Drew drops Truth with a big chop. Drew keeps Truth grounded on the mat and works him over there. Now, as Drew sends Truth back to the corner and pounds on him with strikes. Elias joins in as the referee warns them. Elias runs into the ring post as Truth moves. Truth then sends Drew over the top rope to the floor as the fans pop for a comeback. Truth calls to the corner as Reigns waits. Reigns gets a hot tag and fans pop for him. Reigns unloads on Elias and levels him with a clothesline. Reigns rocks Drew off the apron. Reigns with a big shot to Elias in the corner as the fan count along with him. Reigns with a big right hand. Reigns rocks Drew off the apron again. Superman punch this time. Elias gets sent off the apron to the floor as Reigns runs around and hits Drew. Hits the drive-by on Elias for a pop. Shane comes from behind, but Reigns nails him in the face with a right hand. Drew comes right back with a Claymore attempt on Reigns, but misses. Shane retreats to the floor. Reigns is back in the ring with Elias now. Reigns delivers a big spear, covers for the pin, and win. Roman Reigns and R-Truth win the match. After the match, Reigns' music hits as he checks on Truth in the corner. Reigns hits another spear on Elias after the match. Truth crawls over and covers Elias to take back the what have you. But after, here we go. After the match, Reigns' music hits. He checks on Truth in the corner. Reigns delivers a spear on Elias after the match. Truth calls over and covers Elias to take back the 24/7 title. Winner and new 24/7 champion R-Truth. After the pin, Reigns stands tall with Truth and raises his arm in the air as Truth's music hit. Shane and McIntyre look on from the stage, talking trash as Reigns looks out with Truth from the ring. The SmackDown goes off the air with Reigns and Truth standing tall. 205 Live song intro. Vic Joseph, Nigel McGuinness, and Aiden English welcome us to the 205 Live from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Brian Kendrick makes his way out for the evening's opening bout. A tweet sent by Kendrick is shown from earlier in the day where he congratulated his friend Akira Tozawa on becoming the #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. He'll be facing Mike Kanellis, who is accompanied by his wife, Maria. So we get Kendrick versus Kanellis. K versus K. Kendrick comes out first, firing right hands. Kanellis slows him down with a kick to the gut, but Kendrick bounces off the ropes and takes Kanellis down with a flying forearm. Kanellis then drops Kendrick with a shoulder block. Kendrick responds by applying a bully choke. Kanellis rolls to the outside to break the submission. Kendrick follows him out, and they brawl at ringside. Kendrick smashes Kanellis off the ring post and the announcer's table. Kanellis tries to whip Kendrick into the barricade, but Kendrick reverses it. Kendrick charges in. Kanellis gets boots up, then suplexes Kendrick into the barricade. Kanellis is in control. Back in the ring, Kanellis connects with a suplex. Pinfall, Kendrick kicks out. Modified clutch from Kanellis. He's cranking at Kendrick's head and neck. Kendrick gets to his feet and creates separation. He comes off the ropes. Kanellis catches him with a flying buster, another pinfall, another kick out. Kanellis lays into Kendrick with some stiff chops. He sets him on the top rope for a superplex attempt, but Kendrick blocks it and jumps over Kanellis. Nice sequence of counters. Kendrick with a big the bully choke again. Kanellis is in trouble. He manages to get to the ropes, breaking the hold. He climbs to the outside to regroup. Kendrick meets him out there. They both end up on the steel steps. Kendrick suplexes Kanellis onto the arena floor. Both men hit hard. Kendrick tries to pin Kanellis, but he kicks out. He goes for the slice bread. Kanellis counters. Kendrick keeps control, and the bully choke is applied again. Kanellis struggles. He picks Kendrick up and drops him with a Samoan driver. He doesn't have enough energy to make the pinfall. Back and forth striking. Each man trades a super kick. Kanellis nearly decapitates Kendrick with a lariat. Another exchange. Slice bread lands. Kendrick doesn't make the cover. Kanellis hits a super kick. And then another crossroads. That'll do it. Kanellis wins by pinfall. Mike and Maria celebrate the victory. Commentary hypes Lars Sullivan in-ring debut against all members of Lucha House Party. Backstage, the champ Tony Nese chatting with general manager Drake Maverick. Nese says that he's getting restless from not competing. Akira Tozawa walks up. Nese thanks him for coming to the meeting. He tells Tozawa that he was impressed from his performance last week and wants him to be the new #1 contender. Maverick says he will consider the option, but he cannot currently sign off on it as he already has a lot on his plate. Nese thanks Maverick for the meeting. Commercial break for a Super Showdown. Erich cuts a promo. He says last week's main event was his chance to prove that he belongs at the top of 205 Live division, but instead he got 6 stitches thanks to One Lorcan. I will be responsible for Lorcan's next set of stitches, as growled Very. Noam Dar was out for the next match. Commentary talks about his heelish antics on NXT UK, where he faked an injury to earn a victory. His opponent, Mike Karma, is already in the ring. Noam Dar versus Mike Karma. Tie up. Dar pushes Karma into the corner. They make the grapple, but not before Dar rubs Karma's head, taunting it. Second tie up. Dar playfully slaps Karma in the face. He tosses him in to the outside. Karma jumps back in. Dar tosses him out to the other side. Then plays the crowd. Karma comes back in angrily. He lays into Dar with some stiff right hands, but Dar drops him with a shin kick. And he sets up in the corner. Shining Wizard. This one's over quick. Winner by pinfall, Noam Dar. After the match, Dar gets asked if this victory will get him back on track. Dar claims he was never off track and says the only reason he would be off his game is from all jet lagged from flying back and forth between 205 Live and NXT UK, so he can be a star on 2 continents. Segment ended with him shouting that Oklahoma sucks. Backstage, Drake Maverick is asked, besides Tozawa, who else could the WWE Universe see challenging for the Cruiserweight Championship? Before Maverick can answer, he sees 24/7 champion R-Truth and begins chasing him. One Lorcan cuts a promo. He takes responsibility for falling short in last week's main event, but takes credit for busting up DeVere. But Lorcan says that DeVere looked a little unbalanced and offers him to even things out the next time they meet in the ring. Main event time, Jack Gallagher is out first, followed by Humberto Carrillo. Here we go for your main event, Jack Gallagher versus Humberto. Tie up, neither man can gain advantage. Second tie up, Carrillo takes Gallagher to the mat with a wrist lock. Gallagher shows off his British wrestling background with a very fancy and technical escape. He traps Carrillo's arm in a submission, but Carrillo escapes. Carrillo drives Gallagher's ankle, twists it, which he leads to a fun pin sequence. Both men reset. Third tie-up, Carrillo with a headlock. Gallagher breaks free, but he walks right into a huge arm drag. Carrillo goes off the ropes, shoulder block. Another arm drag from Carrillo. Gallagher goes to the corner for his signature headstand. Carrillo mimics him on the other side. Gallagher shakes the apron. He and Carrillo really lay into each other. Both men show off their athleticism. Carrillo with a big waist lock. Gallagher uses his momentum to send Carrillo to the outside. Gallagher slides out. He tosses Carrillo into the barricade for the heat. Back in the ring, Gallagher wears Carrillo down with an elbow to his face. He tries to pin him, but Carrillo powers out, clubbing forearms by Gallagher. Carrillo fires off some elbows to break Gallagher's grip. Gallagher nails him with a drop kick. Cover, only 2 count. Carrillo might come back, beginning with a back body drop. Gallagher gets sent to the outside, twisting tope Conejillo. From Carrillo, he lands a standing moonsault back in the ring and nearly wins the match, but Gallagher gets a shoulder up at the last second. Gallagher and Carrillo end up on the top rope. Gallagher goes for the back suplex. It connects. Fight spills to ringside. Gallagher charges Carrillo near the bellkeeper's area. Carrillo catches Gallagher with a hit toss into the barricade. Both men on the apron. Carrillo with a missile drop kick from the top. Handspring arm drag. Cover. Gallagher kicked out. Carrillo goes for the moonsault. Gallagher gets to his feet and gets his feet up. Carrillo falls into the corner. Running drop kick. Carrillo to the outside. Suicide dive from Gallagher. Connects. He tosses Carrillo back in the ring. He climbs up top. Carrillo gets his feet up, but Gallagher catches him. Cradle, 2 count. Double lariat. Both men are down. Hockey fight. Neither man is giving in. Insecurity by Carrillo. Gallagher with a stalling suplex. Carrillo turns that into a DDT. He climbs. Nails a 450. Twisting 450. Cover got him. Humberto wins by pinfall. Carrillo offers a handshake with Gallagher accepting. They share a respectful embrace before Gallagher exit. And that's the show. The dark main event after this week's 205 Live from the BOK Center in Tulsa. Went off the air. Saw SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley retain over Charlotte Flair. Bayley wrestled earlier in the night on SmackDown, defeating Lacey Evans in a non-title match. Charlotte Flair was at ringside for that match and got involved at one point, almost costing Bayley to win. Post-match, Angle saw Flair turn on Evans. And that concludes my results for this week's SmackDown in 205 Live. Thanks again. Peace out. See you on me. And if you don't know, just call me, brothers and sisters.